everyone. So now we are going to discuss about the next pillar of your OOPS concept, that is inheritance. So what is inheritance? Inheritance is a fundamental concept in Java that allows a new class to be created on the basis of an existing class. It gives a concept for reusability wherein you can reuse the parameters, the functions that are passed of an already existing class into a new class. Plus, you can add new features in this class. So this enables a code reuse and creates a hierarchical relationship between the classes where the child class inherits the properties and methods from its parent class. Why do we need inheritance? So the basic idea behind inheritance is you reusing the code. So rather than programmers writing everything from scratch again and again, whatever things are already created, why not use it? So code reuse, inheritance promotes the code reuse, allowing the developers to build upon the existing functionality instead of starting everything from scratch. Hierarchical structure, that is, it creates a hierarchy between my classes wherein one is a parent class, and from that one single parent class we can have multiple child classes. So it creates a hierarchical relationship between the classes, making the code more organized and easier to understand. Because of my inheritance, polymorphism, which is one of the another pillar of your OOPS concept, can be implemented. So inheritance enables polymorphism where the child class can override or extend the behavior of its parent class. Thereby, the same method can be actually used for multiple different class features. So we'll see that in the polymorphism part. So implementing inheritance, how exactly the inheritance is implemented? One of the main concept of your inheritance is implemented with the help of your extends keyword. So you will have to use the extends keyword to create the child class that inherits the properties from the parent class. Now, which all properties can be inherited? So private properties cannot be inherited by the child class. Static properties are also not inherited by your child class. Default properties will not get inherited in a different package. Only within the package, the default properties can be inherited. And if you want to inherit the properties of one package into the another package, you will have to declare that members has to be protected or public, because public members can be inherited anywhere. Access modifiers, that's the reason, plays a very important role. Method overriding. So method overriding is a concept that comes into existence because of inheritance, wherein the method that you have declared in your parent class can be redeclared once again in your child class with a new functionality. So that is basically done with the help of this annotation. So while overriding in the child class, you need to annotate the method with the @override annotation. Let's talk about what are the different types of inheritance do we have. So we have here a single inheritance wherein we have only one parent class. From there, only one child class is getting created. So a subclass inherits from only one superclass. Multi-level inheritance. So multi-level inheritance, as you can see in the diagram, we have a child class, we have a parent class A. From there, the class B is getting inherited, and from this class B, class C is getting inherited. So the level of inheritance is getting increased here. Whereas if I talk about your hierarchical relationship, hierarchical inheritance, we have a single parent class, that is animals, and from that single parent class, multiple child classes are inherited. We have multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance cannot be done in your Java by default using your extends keyword. For this, we need to understand another concept called as your interfaces to implement it. So basically, what is multiple inheritance? In multiple inheritance, you have two parent classes or three parent classes, multiple parent classes, from where only one child class is getting created. Then you also have this hybrid inheritance. So hybrid inheritance is nothing but it's a combination of multiple types of inheritance. Like in this example, you can see multi-level inheritance also. You can see your hierarchical inheritance also from class B and C. From A, B and C is coming, that is your hierarchical. From B and C, you are getting B. This is basically your multi-level inheritance, which again can be implemented using the interfaces. It cannot be implemented using your extends keyword. So just to give you an example of a simple inheritance. So here you can see there is a class animal in which we have a variable declared as name, method eat. Now to access my private member name, we have two methods declared here. That is my getter setter method, get name and set name. And from there we are extending our child class, that is dog. So how we are doing this? we are using the keyword extends and we are indicating the name of the child class here, sorry, the parent class here. You will notice that this class dog, it's going to inherit all the public properties, not the private properties. So it's going to get this eat method, it's going to get this get name method, it's going to get this set name method also inherited. So these all methods will be by default included in my dog class. Plus in my dog class, we are adding one method called as bark, which is very specific to only dog class here. So this is how basically the inheritance will be implemented. To use that inherited class, we have to create first an object of the child class. What we are doing is we are creating the object of the child class. Now dog dot set name. So we have created the object which is referred by the reference variable dog. So dog dot set name. This set name method is coming from the parent class. We didn't declare it in the dog class. We have declared it where? We have declared it in my animal class. So from that class, we are getting this method defined here. Plus, we are getting this get name method also. Each method, which is again my inherited method, but bark method is a method which is part of your child. So this is basically how the inheritance will be implemented by default. Now we also need to understand few keywords when we talk about not just inheritance but in general also. This keyword we talked about in the previous slide, but what exactly is this keyword? This keyword is used to refer my current object. Like you must have seen that we did it in my constructor. Like here in my child class constructor, we are passing a value to this variable value plus my child class also has a variable value. So how do I distinguish within my constructor that this is a parameter value and this is my object's value? So with my object, I associate this keyword. This keyword is again used inside another constructor to call another constructor. So within one constructor, from that one constructor, I want to call another constructor, we can make use of this keyword. Like for example, here in my parameterized constructor, we have written the first statement as a this call. So this call means a constructor without any parameters. A constructor of the same class. A constructor of the same class. This means the same class. So the constructor of the same class without any parameter will get called. Along with that, you have two more keywords defined here. That is your super keyword, which refers to my parent object. And there's again a super call, which calls a parent class constructor. Like for example, here you can see in my child constructor. The child is the child class of my parent class. So here when we see this word super, the brackets, this is actually going to place a call to my parent class constructor. Now in my parent class, this is my constructor, so this constructor will get called. Other than that, yeah, you can see here in my show method. So in my parent class, we have defined one show method and the same show method we are redeclaring again in my child class where we are calling that parent class method. So super.show means what? When I'm going to create an object of this child class and the show method will get called, the first statement of my show method is to give a call to the super class, that is to the parent class show method here. So now let's see how it is executed. So we are creating two objects here. So child T1 is equal to new of child without any parameter. So this will actually give a call to this constructor. In this constructor, we have placed a call to my super. Super means the parent class constructor. So my parent class constructor will get called. This parent class constructor will get called. So this is going to be printed parent constructor. It will come back here and it will print my child constructor. Then what is happening? We have created another object that is new of child with the value as 10. This time my parameterized constructor will get called. Now while calling the parameterized constructor, see here, this is used. This is used to call my same classes default constructor. But in the default constructor, once again, the super constructor is getting called. So for this statement, the output will be, first it's going to go and call my parent class constructor without parameters, so parent constructor. Then it will come back here, will print this child constructor, will come back here and here it's going to print child constructor with value. So output, if you see, for the first call it's going to be parent constructor, child constructor, but for the third call it's going to be parent constructor, child constructor and parent child constructor with value. And finally, when the show method will get called. Now the show method is getting called on an object of class child, that is my child class. So when the show method is getting called, the first statement itself is a call to the super.show. That means to the super classes show method. So the call will go to my super classes show method where it is going to print this value, that this is my parent method. The call will come back to my child. The call will come back to my child as show method, and here it's going to print my child method. So this is how basically the relationship between a parent and child class is implemented. So in this session, we have tried to just summarize what exactly is an inheritance, which is a very powerful tool wherein you just have to reuse the code, add minimal code of your choice, and the things will be done for you. That's it for today. Thank you, everyone.
To know more about Itvedant, visit our website